the important chapter in 12th physics, that is electromagnetic waves. So first of all, what do you mean by the term electromagnetic waves? It is nothing but due to that electromagnetic waves, you are able to visualize me on your screen. Then what are the other examples of electromagnetic waves? Light is electromagnetic waves. Your ultraviolet ray also is an example of electromagnetic waves, like radio waves, gamma waves, X-rays, infrared. These are all under the examples of your electromagnetic waves. Then what is the definition of electromagnetic waves? It is a transverse wave in which the electric component, the magnetic component and the direction of propagation, all the three are mutually perpendicular to each other. Now imagine this is your electric field, this is your magnetic field, then this is your electric field, let it be your x direction, this is your magnetic field, let it be y direction, then this will be your direction of propagation, that is your z direction is nothing but called as direction of propagation. Then how the way you will define your electromagnetic waves? Write down, it is the wave in which the electric component, the magnetic component and the direction of propagation are mutually perpendicular to each other. Clear? So electric component, magnetic component and direction of propagation, all the three are mutually perpendicular to each other. Now let us see in terms of diagram. So let this be the z direction, that is direction of propagation. This is let be your x direction, that is direction of the electric field. Give the arrows, this is the direction of the electric field. Now let be your y, this is the y axis, your direction of the magnetic field. This is the direction of your magnetic field. Now it is traveling in this z direction. So imagine this is my electric field, this is nothing but my magnetic field and this is the direction of propagation. So all the three are mutually perpendicular to each other. Am I right? Huh? So this is the example, this is the waveform of the electromagnetic wave. So what is wave? It is nothing but, you can say wave is nothing but a disturbance or it is a form of energy. Fine. Huh? So now let us see how this concept comes into picture, electromagnetic waves. I hope all of you heard the name Mr. Maxwell. Hats off to Mr. Maxwell who contributed for the discovery of electromagnetic waves. From where he started, do you know? All of you know that in moving charges and magnetism. I hope it is your 4th chapter. What you have studied? If a current flows in a closed circuit, then it produces a magnetic field. Next, I hope in 6th chapter, I hope so, in electromagnetic induction. What you have studied? Whenever there is a rate of change of magnetic flux, then EMF will be induced. So what you have studied? The rate of change of magnetic flux, EMF induced means EMF is always associated with electric field. So rate of change of magnetic flux gives the electric field. What Maxwell gives the logic is that if the rate of change of magnetic flux gives electric current and current produces magnetic field, why not the rate of change of electric field gives the magnetic? Are you able to follow me? What's the logic he gives? If these two conditions are justified, then why not the rate of change of electric field with respect to time, why can't it gives the magnetic field? He started working on it. And when he started working on it, what he did? He took capacitor. These two are the plates of the capacitor. He connected this capacitor to the alternating current. So here he considered one point P, where he found what is the magnetic field. Similarly, here consider another point, he found the magnetic field. In both the case, he found what is the magnetic field here, what is the magnetic field here due to the rate of change of current. He found it. And what he found, it is consistent with the Ampere's circuital law. What is Ampere's circuital law? Ampere's circuital law is nothing but your closed line integral of B dot dl is mu naught into I. This I is nothing but called as normal I at that time, or it is called as I enclosed. But when he took another point in between these two plates of capacitor, he found that there also existence of magnetic field. Why? Because you see the logic. Whenever there is alternating current, you know the frequency of alternating current, 50 Hertz, that is 50 cycles per second. So due to that, for every change in cycle, there is the change in polarity of these plates. So whenever there is change in polarity, what is happened now? This is the direction of the electric field. Next, for other cycle, what will happen? This will becomes negative, this will becomes positive. Now see, this is the direction of the electric field. For every change in cycle, the direction of electric field is changing. Due to that change in electric field, the magnetic field is produced. What he wants to prove? Change in electric field. So why not the change in electric field with respect to time gives the magnetic field? He got that. Understood? But Ampere already made this statement. Ampere's circuital law. So he tried to manage the same experimental output with the amperes. Hence, what he did, what's the extra current he found due to this existence of magnetic field in between the plates of capacitor, he called that current as displacement current. And earlier that current, he told this current is nothing but conduction current. So he added another extra term ID along with it. Now it is not Ampere's circuital law. It is called as modified Ampere's law. Then what is this displacement current he found? It is nothing but equal to mu naught whole into IC plus. This ID is nothing but due to the mu naught d pi E by dt. See carefully, observe carefully what you are finding. This is due to the change in electric field. Sorry, this is epsilon naught. In electric field, epsilon naught is the permittivity. In magnetic field, mu naught is the permeability. Okay. So epsilon naught, it is change in electric field. So phi E by d phi E by dt. Clear? So hence now this is your modified Ampere's law. So by going through all this, Maxwell made a list of 4 equations that is called as Maxwell's equation. Let us see what are those 4 equations Maxwell given. Make the heading. You can take the snapshot. Now see. Make the heading your Maxwell's equation, what he given. First, he given about E dot dA vector. Second, he given about B dot dA vector. Then he given about E dot dl vector. Then last he given B vector dot dl vector. See, very easy to remember. 4 equations he given. EA dA, EA dA, BA dA. Huh? Then similarly EDL, BDL. EDA, BDA, EDL, BDL. What is it? It is Gauss law of electrostatic. The total flux enclosed by closed surface is nothing but 1 by epsilon naught times the charge enclosed. So it is Q by epsilon naught. It is Gauss law of electrostatic. Then similarly here, what is B dot dA? It is Gauss law of magnetostatic. So what you will write here? 0. This is Gauss law of magnetism or magnetostatic. Then E dot dl, what it is? Faraday's law. What it is? Faraday's law. So what is the value of it? E dot dl is nothing but minus d phi b by dt. Clear? Due to rate of change of magnetic flux, the EMF will be induced. That EMF is nothing but electric field. Clear? Now last one, this is only modified Ampere's law. What we have seen here. So what we will write here? Mu naught whole into IC plus ID, or directly you can write it here. This is epsilon naught d phi E by dt. Clear? This is about the Maxwell's equations. Now let us see the equation of the electromagnetic waves. Take the snapshot. Next, let us see the topic. What is electromagnetic waves? How to represent it mathematically. So, electromagnetic waves, we know it is, we are considering electric field in x direction, magnetic field in y direction. So, already you have studied in alternating current how to represent the sinusoidal waves. It is nothing but, suppose it is V. What you write? V equal to V naught sin omega t. What is V naught? It is nothing but the peak or the maximum amplitude. Omega t is nothing but, along with that, that is giving the information of the angular frequency. If phase is there, it will be some phi. Otherwise, angle will be 0. Clear? So, similarly here it is represented is nothing but E naught sin kz minus omega t. Similarly, it is B naught sin kz minus omega t. Because x and y, they are traveling in ez direction. So, hence kz. Now, what is this k? It is nothing but called as wave vector. Or also it is called as propagation wave vector or wave propagation vector. The value of k gives the magnitude of this wave vector, and the unit vector of k gives the direction of the propagation. Clear? Then coming to omega. And what is this value of k? K equal to 2 pi by lambda. Clear? Now similarly, omega is the angular frequency. What is omega? Omega, you know, it is 2 pi f. So what is our f? We already know. V equal to f lambda. Yes or no? So can I write f equal to v by lambda? Here what is this v? V is nothing but velocity of light. So can I substitute it by c by lambda? Clear? So if I write it as c by lambda, now you can see here 2 by lambda into, I brought it here. Now it is f is nothing but your 2 pi f. F is replaced by c by lambda. So this is your c. So 2 pi by lambda, what it is? K. So hence omega equal to kc. Got it? Your k is 2 pi by lambda, omega equal to kc, and also your omega equal to 2 pi f. Here the frequency they are writing in this notation. Frequency is nu. Okay, and your v equal to f lambda. Here this v is velocity of light, so we can consider as c equal to nu lambda. Clear? Apart from that, there is another relationship between the magnitude of the electric field and the magnitude of the magnetic field. What it is? That is C equal to E naught by B naught. Clear? Apart from that also there is one more. What is that? C equal to 1 by root of mu naught epsilon naught. This is for the case when your light travels in the space or in vacuum. If the light travels in some medium, then in such case you need to consider their medium's permittivity as well as that medium's permeability. So in such case, now your C becomes V, the velocity of light in specific medium. So we'll write it as 1 by root of mu epsilon. This is in medium. This is nothing but in space, or even you can call it as vacuum. Clear about it? How you are getting these relations? C equal to 1 by root of mu naught epsilon naught. It is in space or vacuum. Whereas V equal to 1 by root of mu and permittivity epsilon, it is nothing but in any particular medium. Now the C will change to other velocity. The velocity of light is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meter per second. Now it will not remain same. Definitely its velocity will change. So hence the notation change. Clear? And all the electromagnetic waves, they found Maxwell that it is traveling with the velocity of light, that is 3 into 10 to the power 8 meters per second. So he concluded that light wave is also electromagnetic waves, and the other waves also he found in that region. What are those waves? Let us see that spectrum of waves. Make the heading electromagnetic spectrum. What is this spectrum? A radio wave, microwave, infrared wave, visible light, ultraviolet ray, X-ray, gamma ray. So what I will write? Radio waves. This is microwaves. This is infrared. This is your V is visible light or visible region. This is ultraviolet ray. This is X-ray. This is gamma ray. This is the range of the electromagnetic wave spectrum. Fine. Now this is in the order of increasing frequency. If increase in frequency, then definitely it is in the decreasing range of wavelength or lambda. Why? Because V equal to F lambda. So frequency and wavelength inversely proportional to each other. If frequency is increasing in this range, definitely your wavelength is decreasing. Fine. So it is in this. Now how to remember this? I'll tell you two tricks. Choice is yours. Which one is preferable for you or you are comfortable, you can follow that method. Radio Mirchi is Radio Mirchi I love you XT. Radio Mirchi I love you XT. Love LUV, you can take that V. L visible light, no? So LV it is coming, that's what. Radio Mirchi I love you XT. Other way you can start from that way. Gadi XUV in my range. or Gaadi XUV is my range. So you try either this way or that way. Okay. Now in question always they ask about what is the frequency range or wavelength of it. I'll tell you for that also one small technique. First of all, you remember for visible light alone, how much it is? 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer. Clear? Now in the right side towards it, your wavelength is decreasing. So start from here. What you will write it here? So 400 nanometer to 1 nanometer. Okay. Then here it is 1 nanometer to 10 to the power minus 3 nanometer, which is X-ray. Then gamma ray is less than 10 to the power minus 3 nanometer. Over. Simple. Now coming to here, this side wavelength is increasing. So it is 701 nanometer to 700 nanometer. Here, not nanometer, it is in the millimeter to nanometer. So here again it is from 1 meter to 1 millimeter. Sorry, 0.1 meter to 1 millimeter, and it is greater than 0.1 meter. Which one? A radio waves. So you can see it is from your decreasing wavelength. So meter to millimeter to nanometer to it is decreasing. Minus 3. So hence it is decreasing more or not. This is the way you need to sequence to remember. So definitely if they ask the frequency, V equal to F lambda. So you can substitute and get the frequency. It's convenient, I feel, if you remember in terms of wavelength, easily you can calculate the frequency. If not, you are comfortable with frequency, you remember frequency, then calculate the wavelength. Now let us see what is the application of this electromagnetic spectrum. First of all, radio waves. Where you are using? In your radio set, television set. Fine. Or broadcasting purpose. Coming to microwaves. Where you are using? In your telephone, microwave oven for cooking purpose. Then in aircraft also, radar also. Then coming to infrared. Where you are using? In your remote, TV remote, in your audio system remote, like that. Coming to visible light. Due to that only we are able to visualize the object. If that visible range will not be there, we are not able to see the object. Then coming to your ultraviolet. It is used for purification of water and also used for the surgery of eyes. Then coming to X-ray. I think all of you have that experience of any injured, you will go for X-ray. So it is used for medical application. Coming to gamma rays. Where they are using? It is used for the treatment of cancer. Okay, fine. I hope with that your electromagnetic wave, it's a very small chapter, consists of only 3 marks, but it has lots of knowledge and concept behind it. And one more thing I forgot to inform you, what is the source of electromagnetic waves? The source of electromagnetic waves is nothing but the accelerated charge. Charge at rest, electrostatic. Charge in uniform motion, that will give you magnetic field. Accelerated charge only generates the electromagnetic waves. That may sometimes they ask for 1 mark question. What is the source of electromagnetic waves? Okay students, take care. Bye-bye.